The site of the 96th Midsummer Classic, the MLB All-Star Game, is held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, live at Citizens Bank Park. It is the AL against the NL for the 96th time in MLB history. We had a great night last night with the Home Run Derby, with Jordan Walker walking away and stunning the crowd in Philadelphia, beating Kyle Schwarber, their very own. However, we will have coverage of the game coming up next here on Ben Smith Broadcasting.
Recording, re-uploading is strictly prohibited.
It is the 96th Midsummer Classic here, and we are getting ready for this event. I hope you all are as well. Welcome in, everybody, live from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is the MLB All-Star Game 2026. Like I said, we had a great night last night. We saw the biggest stars and the biggest home run hitters in the league get at it. So, folks, let's introduce today's starting lineups. Alright. Once we're at it, they're announcing the reserves as Jordan Walker has been introduced. I want to listen into this real quick. A lot of the boos are raining down in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, as people say. Alright. Let's start off with the starting lineups as they introduce it one by one. Alright. For the American League, leading off will be the center fielder. The manager is John Schneider, first off, for the American League, who led the Toronto Blue Jays to the World Series. Leading off, the center fielder from the Los Angeles Angels, number 27, Mike Trout. And then batting second, it will be the designated hitter. Batting second will be the designated hitter from the Houston Astros, number 44, Yordan Alvarez. Has a little bit of the boos coming down by the faithful in Philadelphia. Batting third will be the catcher from the Oakland Athletics, actually the Athletics, number 23, Shea Langoliers. Batting cleanup will be the third baseman from the Tampa Bay Rays, number 13, Junior Caminero. Couple names says they will be signing down. Batting fifth will be the shortstop, number 7, Bobby Witt Jr. from the Kansas City Royals. Batting sixth will be the right fielder from the New York Yankees, number 35, Cody Bellinger. Batting seventh, the first baseman from the New York Yankees, number 22, Ben Rice. Batting eighth, the left fielder from the Detroit Tigers, number 31, Riley Green. And batting ninth, the second baseman from the Toronto Blue Jays, number 22, Ernie Clement. And the starting pitcher today in the pen warming up is Dylan Cease from the Toronto Blue Jays, number 84. Dylan Cease, as we read down the stat lines for Dylan Cease this year. Dylan Cease has played 98 innings, 98 and a 1/3 inning pitched, 2.56 ERA, a whip of 112, and 148 strikeouts. For the National League, let's introduce them right now. The National League is managed by Dave Roberts, the manager of the LA Dodgers. And leading off, the designated hitter from the Philadelphia Phillies, number 12, Kyle Schwarber. The home run leader in the major leagues this season so far. Batting second is the left fielder from the New York Mets, number 22, Juan Soto. Batting third, the first baseman from the Los Angeles Dodgers, number 5, Freddie Freeman. Batting cleanup will be the shortstop from the Washington Nationals, number 5, CJ Abrams. Batting fifth will be the third baseman from the Los Angeles Dodgers, number 13, Max Muncy. Batting sixth, the second baseman from the Atlanta Braves, number 1, Ozzie Albies. Batting seventh, the right fielder from the Philadelphia Phillies, number 16, Brandon Marsh. Batting eighth, the center fielder from the Los Angeles Dodgers, number 44, Andy Pages. And batting ninth, the catcher in the bullpen from the Atlanta Braves, number 30, Drake Baldwin. And the starting pitcher from the Philadelphia Phillies, Christopher Sanchez, number 61. Sanchez, let's run down the stats of Christopher Sanchez this time around. Christopher Sanchez being with 127 and a third innings pitched, 2.62 ERA, a whip of 118, and 144 strikeouts on the year this year. Folks will be coming back with the MLB All-Star Game coming up soon, so stick around. We'll have more coming up. Unipoems. Alright, everybody, we're back here in the MLB All-Star Game 2026, the 96th MLB All-Star Game. First started off in 1930, and here we are, a very long time. Here, a interesting season, to say the least. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It's been a little bit of a while now, but glad to see some of you here. If y'all are here. Alright, let's get going, folks. It is the 96th MLB All-Star Game, and last year, it was the first game to, last year made history. It was the first ever baseball game with ABS. And I know it really has changed the MLB for one bit. It's like crazy because when you go to an MLB game, ABS has changed the game. You just realize when you go to an MLB game, they're like, oh, this team's challenging this. Everybody looks at the scoreboard like, ooh. However, this All-Star game too, last year's All-Star game was pretty interesting, to say the least. It saw the very first ABS challenge and the very first swing off. Hoping we don't have a swing off today and just ends in a normal All-Star game fashion. Justin Verlander, 10th All-Star game selection, and this is his final All-Star game ever. Won a World Series with the Astros back in 2022, and I believe he won it back in 2017 with the Astros. I think he did. But Justin Verlander's playing his last ever All-Star game in the MLB. 43 years old. Yeah, he is a two-time champion, 10-time All-Star, starting from 2007 onwards. He won one in 2007, then from 2009 to 2013 through 2009 through that year. Then 2018, 2019, and 22. And 2026. So It's the first time he made the All-Star game in a while, to say the least. This year he only had one start, and he hasn't had a lot. He's only played three and 2/3 innings pitched this season. He's only played one game so far. 6 hits, 5 earned runs as well. The Liberty Bell is watching. A lot of the stars are aligned for tonight, and I'm excited to see what this All-Star game, how this All-Star game can be today, and I'm excited to know. I'm excited to see if this is another perfect night into our All-Star weekend. We had a great All-Star weekend. We had the Home Run Derby yesterday with Jordan Walker hitting 12 home runs, surpassing Kyle Schwarber, shocking him in front of the Philly fans at Citizens Bank Park. And to say the least, it was just like, he was just hot from the start. And that was the one guy I did not expect. I thought Junior was going to make it past that round. But somehow some way, Jordan Walker, man. Oh, and I did complain about Contreras and getting that. Sorry, I have a bitter taste on my tongue. Oh, I did complain about the Contreras issue with he had that issue with the magenta ball. I couldn't stand it. We were talking about it last night. The magenta balls are awful, to say the least. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? The game's starting a little bit later than usual. We're a half hour into the stream. We've been streaming for about an hour now. A half hour now. We're not even into the first pitch of the MLB All-Star game for some reason. Should have just been started at least 5 minutes ago. Could have done the opening ceremonies already. We don't want to wait this long. It's not a school night. It's a work night for most parents, and they want to watch this game. And it's kind of late that they're doing it. It's upsetting. It is ticked off. Just start the game. That's legit every 98.5 The Sports Hub caller.
It is officially. Who are these people? What does MLB stand for? MLB stands for Men Looking Bomb. What does MLB stand for?
8:25, legit 25 minutes ago they said first pitch was going to start. Now it's almost 8:30. Tom Verducci speaking with Trout. This is so annoying, bro. Just start the game.
What is? Oh, here I am, here I am, here I am.
All right. Takes longer for you to start it than, oh my word. It takes so long to start this game. It's almost 8:30. I'm tired. I want. Oh, finally they take the field. It's Christopher Sanchez, the Philadelphia Philly, who had a phenomenal season, turned out to be slightly becoming their ace. 11-4 record. You had a 50 and 2/3 of an innings pitch scoreless streak so far. Comes with a sinker, changeup, and a slider, however. A very solid guy on the mound for the Phillies. Those hats look good this year. Bryce Harper, Tom Rinaldi. On the NL side of the NL side of the dugout. Christopher Sanchez steps off as he is the lowest home ERA in the MLB with under a sub-1 ERA of .86, 144 strikeouts, a 58% ground ball rate. A little bit high, but here we go, folks. For the American League, leading off is the center fielder, number 27, Mike Trout. And he steps into the batter's box here. As off we go here from the MLB All-Star Game. The first pitch is swung on, fouled off. And Mike Trout, 237 batting average, 18 home runs, 39 RBIs, and an OPS of 863. This is the first All-Star Game for Mike Trout since 2019. He takes strike one on that pitch. And this one's upstairs on a 93 sinker that time. 0-2. 1-1 now. All-Star Game career, he has a 1,500 OPS. Wines and deals, that one is below. And it's 2-1. Wines and deals, here's the pitch. This one's fouled off again. 2-2 count now for Trout. He's second in all-time active home run leaders behind Giancarlo Stanton, and Manny Machado is right there as well. Here's the 2-2 pitch here for Sanchez. Wines and deals. This one's right down the middle on a slider, and that one's fouled off. And the count still stays the same at 2-2 count now for Mike Trout. Long-time Los Angeles Angel. Swung on and missed on a changeup that time. 86 below the zone. And he is down on strikes, and that's the first strikeout of the game. For either side, the first at bat, first strikeout for Christopher Sanchez. There's a little smirk to the dugout after that one as we bring up Yordan Alvarez. Yordan has a .318 batting average, 31 home runs. I believe that's 1,500 OPS from the All-Star Game. Swung on and missed there. Actually, that is surreal. I'm sorry. Kind of wiped away that fast. 1,500 OPS for Yordan Alvarez. A 1-1 count here. Gonna go wines and deals. This is a sinker, and it'll be a base hit, ground ball right to Andy Pages. As the second hitter is aboard now, as it brings up. As Yordan Alvarez is up. And now it brings up the catcher, Shea Langoliers. Langoliers, 257 batting average this season. 21 home runs, 52 runs, 807 OPS. That's the fourth in the MLB so far among catchers. Here's the pitch. This one is a sinker outside, 2-0 now. The 2-0 count for Sanchez. That one goes outside again, inside actually. And it's a 3-0 count for Langoliers. Got a runner on first base at the 3-1 pitch here for Sanchez. Wines and deals, and that one will go upstairs. And we'll have our first walk of the game. And we'll have 2 runners on base for the American League. And now it's the cleanup hitter now. Winds and deals the pitch here. Caminero is the man at bat right now, and he'll take strike one. 279 batting average for Caminero. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. And this one is down below. And it'll be a 2-1 count. Oh, actually 1-1 count. .28 home runs, third in the NL, and .927 OPS, 59 RBIs on the year for Junior Caminero. Winds and deals, here's the pitch. This one's a changeup down below, and it's 2-1 now. The MLB All-Star Game is very unique because most of the pitchers don't really pitch a lot. The starting pitchers only pitch an inning or maybe even two. This one's a chopper right up to Sanchez. Sanchez will scoop it up. Will throw it over to first and gets it in time to Freddie Freeman. And that'll be the second out of the game. And all runners will advance to third and second on the ground out there. A little tough throw there for Sanchez. Stepped off the bag, and Freddie had to go back his left leg onto the bag before Caminero stepped onto it. He thought he was safe, but however, it brings up Bobby Witt Jr. This one's chopped fouled on a slider 87 that time. Bobby Witt Jr., 286 batting average, 13 home runs, 39 RBIs, and 30 stolen bases. Leads the NL, and he's been really productive in stolen bases by an MLB player so far in the past couple of years. This one swung on and missed on a changeup. 86 that time. 0-2 count now for Bobby Witt Jr. Sanchez delivers. Here's the pitch down below the zone. Down outside below, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Sanchez really... Bobby Witt Jr., one of the highest stars in the MLB. This one's outside. Way outside the zone that time. This one's going to be a 2-2 count now. Fourth player in all time with 100 plus home runs, 100 plus stolen bases in MLB history. The 2-2 pitch here. This one's outside. Did that clip him? No, it didn't. So we have a full count with 2 outs here for Bobby Witt Jr. On deck it is Cody Bellinger, the right fielder. The 3-2 pitch here for Sanchez. That one will go outside, and we got a ball 4. So the bases are loaded here for Christopher Sanchez, and Cody Bellinger from the New York Yankees is up now. .254 batting average, 11 home runs, 51 RBIs, a 766 OPS on the season for Cody Bellinger. Did a quick little mound visit between Baldwin and Sanchez as it brings up Cody Bellinger. So the number 6 hitter now for the American League up to bat. 24th pitch here for Sanchez. Here's the delivery. And that will go fouled off. Chopped and fouled up to the right side that time. And it's 0-1. Bases loaded for the American League. Here's the pitch here. Swung on and missed inside that time. 0-2. Bellinger hopped around a lot of teams. He's Been with the Dodgers, won the World Series in 2020 with the Dodgers, then went to the Cubs, now with the New York Yankees in his third team in the MLB. Here's the 0-2 pitch outside, down below the zone that time, and it's 1-2. Cody Bellinger, 2. Very good contact hitter off the bat regardless. Here's the pitch. This one's going to go inside, and it's 2-2. 27 pitches for Sanchez, and he's dealing with the bases loaded situation with Cody Bellinger, one of the biggest contact hitters in the major leagues. Here's the 2-2 pitch here, the delivery. This one's a grounder up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. 1 run will score. Alvarez comes around. The throw, the play at the plate is safe, and it will be 2-0, the American League on top, with runners at the corners for the American League. Had a hard ground ball up the middle. And it's Ben Rice now to bat now, number 7 hitter. 279 OPS, batting average, 971 OPS this season. Leads the Yankees in home runs. This one's a hard ground ball up the middle, and another run will score for the American League. So, Sanchez getting lit up in the All-Star game as the American League takes a 3-0 lead over... The American League takes the 3-0 lead over the National League right now. Excuse me. And we know that Sanchez will probably be taken out after this inning. They have somebody warming up in the pen. That'll be O'Brien. Two outs here for the American League. 2 outs here. And now it is the left fielder, Riley Green, the number 8 hitter for the American League. Here's a pitch here for Sanchez. This one's a ground chopped, fouled there, and it'll be strike 1. 288 batting average, 13 home runs, 45 RBIs, and 842 OPS. This is his 3rd straight All-Star game selection for Riley Green. Here's the pitch, and that one will go outside, way below the zone that time. 1-1 now. Green is the second Tigers outfielder with 3 straight All-Star appearances. Here's the pitch. This is swung on and missed on a sinker, 95 that time. And it is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch here for Sanchez, and he swings and misses, and that will end the inning. So the American League adds 3 on that inning, and now we see Dylan Cease with tough order coming up next. Wow. Crazy start to the All-Star game today. All right. The first three are Schwarber, Soto, and Freeman for the National League. As we welcome Dylan Cease to the MLB All-Star Game. More of a four-seam fastball pitcher, has a slider, changeup, knuckle curve, sinker, and a sweeper. A standing O for Kyle Schwarber in Philadelphia. It's Kyle Schwarber now up to bat now. It's Cease to Langeliers. Here's the pitch. This is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and he swings and misses. Strike one. Kyle Schwarber leads the MLB in home runs, 254 batting average this season for the Philadelphia Phillies. Here's a pitch. This one swung on and missed. 97 on the fastball. It's that communication that they have between them. 32 home runs. He was the All-Star Game MVP last season. 59 RBIs and 947 OPS. Here's the pitch. This one's popped and fouled on a four-seamer. Kyle Schwarber was definitely helped them out in the swing off last year where he scored 3 home runs for the National League. This one is a knuckle curve inside, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Winds and deals. Popped up into the shallow infield. And going to go out of play. Langeliers had an eye on it, but however just let that one go. C6-4 record, 2.56 ERA, 148 strikeouts, most in the AL, and a 113 WHIP so far for the American League. The 1-2 pitch here, winds and deals. Ooh, a slider that was really into the dirt that time, 90, and now we'll take ball 2. Well, the thing is, he has one of the nicest fastballs in baseball right now. However, it's just something that he needs to focus on is fixing his sliders and the breaking ball pitches. This one swung on and missed for Schwarber, and that will be the first out for the American League. So, the leadoff hitters for both sides get the strikeouts as it brings up Juan Soto from the New York Mets, the left fielder. Soto has been with a plethora of other teams. Started off with the Nationals, won the World Series with them. Has a 967 OPS, a 290 batting average, 21 home runs, 51 RBIs. The first pitch is a knuckle curve inside for strike one. Like I said, Juan Soto bounced around a team, won the World Series with the Nats, then got traded in 22 to the Padres, spent a year and a half with them, then to New York for a year with the Yankees, and then found his way in his second year with the Mets. This one's inside on a knuckle curve for strike 2. Only 27 years old, Juan Soto has been one of the most prominent athletes in Major League Baseball. Here's the pitch. This one's popped up into back out of play. That was the 10th pitch there from Dylan Cease. The 0-2 pitch here for Cease. Swung on and missed is Juan Soto, and that's his second strikeout for Dylan Cease. So 2 batters, 2 strikeouts there for Dylan Cease. And now it brings up Freddie Freeman, the 2024 MVP of the World Series for the Los Angeles Dodgers. three-time World Series champion, and he'll take strike one on a changeup there. Like I said, 290 batting average, 15 home runs, 862 OPS this year, 46 RBIs for Freddie Freeman. Here's the pitch here. Winds and deals. This one's popped up and fouled, and a sinker there from Freddie Freeman. Freeman, three-time World Series champion with the one with the Braves, two with the Dodgers, and currently saved them on a grand slam in Game 1. And this one's popped and fouled on a four-seamer by Cease. Yes, saved them in Game 1 in the 2024 World Series. Scored a home run in every game besides the elimination game. Besides that game, they won the World Series. He helped them out, however, and won World Series MVP back in 2024. Here's the pitch here for Cease. Winds and deals right below the dirt that time, and that will be 1-2. Winds and deals, here's the pitch. And that one's down low on a changeup that time. 2-2 count. Langoliers and Cease are indicating they want to go with a little bit of a fastball here. This is a changeup, however. 83 that time, and that was foul chopped right towards the umpire there. Freddie talking with the umpire for a little bit. The 2-2 count here for Dylan Cease. With 2 outs. No men on base for the National League. Here's the pitch here for Cease. This one's popped up and fouled off out of play. Bobby Witt Jr. thought he was going to have a chance in grabbing that foul ball, but to no avail. Lets that one look away. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. This is a sinker that time, 98, and inside. We got a full count here for the National League. Freddie Freeman, very good eye, and has a good... The 3-2 count now. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. And that one goes upstairs on a knuckle curve. And that will send Freddie Freeman to first. Now it is C.J. Abrams, a new rising star in the MLB. This is his second NL starting shortstop to bat cleanup in the All-Star game. Ernie Banks in 1960. Very young star for the Washington Nationals. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch for Cease. This is a knuckle curve, and he did not go through. Check swing that time, and it's a 1-0 count. Abrams, a 275 batting average this season. Ooh, he might have went around. He might. 275 batting average. This is the 22nd pitch here for Cease. Sinker outside the zone again, and it's 2-0. Here's the pitch. This one's chopped and fouled. Didn't bounce off home plate that time. They'll just let this one play on. Abrams, 20 home runs, 67 RBIs, 862 OPS. I liked how they highlighted 67. Here's the pitch. This one is a fastball popped up into the left side, and this goes off the net there. And it'll be strike 2, a 2-2 count coming up for C.J. Abrams. The 2-2 count here for Cease. And Abrams, here's the pitch. Swung on and missed there, and that will end the inning. So, however, Cease gets off from that break there, and now it brings up the second inning coming up next. All right, pitching change for the National League. Eduardo Rodriguez from the Arizona Diamondbacks is in the game for the National League now. Hold on, sorry. Into the game for the National League now. In the top of the second. 8-3 record, 2.29 ERA, 7 strikeouts. This is a grounder right to Freddie Freeman. He'll just walk it back himself. Ernie Clement, first pitch, first swing, and he gets a ground out there. Top of the order will be Mike Trout. Excuse me. Thank you all if you blessed with the God bless yous. Mike Trout now 0 for 1 so far today. Making a little bit of speculation about that, but Eduardo Rodriguez bounced around a few teams, was with the Red Sox from 2015 to 19, then as well as 2021, opted out in the COVID year. Then joined the Tigers in 22 and 20. Then joined the Tigers, was with them for 2 years in 22 and 23, and he found his way to Arizona, a World Series champion in his first All-Star appearance in his career. He won gold in representing Team Venezuela in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. The 2-1 pitch, this one goes upstairs and it will be 3-1. Jacob Mizorowski looking along You got Justin Verlander, Cam Schlittler looking along. This is a ground ball right up to Albie. Swings it over to Freeman with the out of 4-3 play. It'll be the second out of the inning. Mizorowski leads the MLB in ERA, WHIP, and strikeouts. Also has a 10-4 record. And here's Yordan Alvarez. Went on base last time, 1-for-1 for Alvarez. Here's the pitch. This one's in there for strike one. Cam Schlittler, however, has a 2.39 ERA when joining the Yankees. This is a pop fly up into left field. Soto has it, makes the grab, and that ends the inning for the American League. So, with that being said, a quick inning there for Eduardo Rodriguez as the American League marches off. Back here, and we have a pitching change. Parker Messick, 8-5 record, 2.73 ERA, with 110 strikeouts, 36 walks, a 107 WHIP. As it brings up Max Muncy. Here's the pitch, and this one's popped up into the shallow infield. Caminero looks like he's underneath it, makes the grab, and there's one gone. Let me change that to bottom here. Parker Messick was a former Florida State Seminole. Got drafted by the Guardians in the 2022 draft, 54 overall to be exact. Made his first appearance in the major leagues last season and had a 10-6 record, 2.82 ERA. Ground ball right to the shortstop, swings it over to first and makes the out there. Wit to Ben Rice there to make the play. And there are two gone. As it brings up Brennan Marsh. .301 batting average, 15 home runs, 46 RBIs, 829 OPS. Played with the Angels from 21 to 22, then got traded. This one's popped up and fouled out of play, and he'll take strike one. This one's top upstairs there. I do not know why they didn't call that a strike. Parker Messick. Focus on Brendan Marsh. .301 batting average, like I said to you. Swung on and missed there that time, and it's 1-2. Winds and deals, here's the pitch. This one's inside that time on a four-seam fastball, and it's 2-2. Very young player and an uprising star in the MLB. Here's the pitch here. Got the American flag socks, and this one's downstairs below the zone. 3-2. We're at a full count with 2 outs. Three-two count. This one's popped up in out of play there that time. Three-two count here. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. Inside, and caught him looking that time. And that will be strike 3 for Parker Messick. The inning ends, and no hits for the National League. All right, we're back here in the MLB All-Star game. Riley O'Brien, a 3.43 ERA, a 1.12 WHIP, a 3-3 record, 39 strikeouts on the year into the game. This one's upstairs on the first pitch for ball one. This is Langlear's a high fly ball into center, and this will go down for a base hit. Langlear's will go stay at first. And the leadoff man aboard for the American League up at first base. And now we bring Junior Caminero 0 for 1 today. The runner-up in the home run derby last year takes ball one on the first pitch. Caminero grounded out in the first inning. Oh, and he gets hit by the pitch. Caminero goes down. And he is holding his wrist. The athletic trainer goes and checks on him while John Schneider is hopped out of the bullpen. And he'll run out. So we'll have a pinch runner here for the American League. Oh yeah, that hit him right in the pinky. So 2 runners will be on base for what was he going? It didn't hit the end of his bat, so it wouldn't be a foul ball. Two runners on base. Vargas will be the pinch runner here for the American League. As it brings up Bobby Witt Jr., one of the kids' favorites nowadays. He walked his first at bat. Here's the pitch here. A sweeper that time takes strike one. A beautiful pitch there by Riley O'Brien. No outs here for the American League. It was a walk and a run his last time at bat. Here's the pitch here. This one's another sweeper, but that one will go outside that time. And it's 1-1. O'Brien goes outside that time. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. This one's a chopper right and steps onto the bag to 1. Now first makes the play on a double play opportunity there. Did he? No, they just say he's safe at first. So they get the runner out at second by stepping on the bag. But Freeman can't make the play to first. Yeah, he's safe. So Witt and Vargas are staying on base here. Langoliers will stay out. They're going to go on a replay review right now. They got a huge room for it, too. As the National League will challenge the call. They're showing it on the cameras. Ooh! That's very close. I think I'm going to go tie goes the runner here. Tie goes the runner. It's not enough to really change it if you're the National League. It's like tie go. I would go tie goes the runner here. The runner's safe at first. All-Star Game's really great. I mean, I'll tell you this. It is the most unique thing. This is the one time of year where players can really like just a one it's a whole week thing. It's only 2 days, but it's just the connections that they have is feels like a whole week that they have with each other. Freeman looking along. So is Bobby Witt Jr. at first. Max Muncy speaking with Feebles, the third base coach. Dave Roberts looking around. Very great manager. Wow. I think he might be safe. There, this is going to be a long replay here. Ooh, he might be out. He might be out, but I don't know if there's enough to overturn an out. So they say the runner is safe. I will. I believe they're going to say he's safe. So, with that being said, the number 5 hitter, Cody, or number 6 hitter, Cody Bellinger, pops this one up fouled up to the left side. Soto is underneath it, makes the grab, and there's one gone. Two gone, actually. Both runners will stay on base. They'll change. Now it's Ben Rice, the first baseman. Rice, a leader, like I said, the leader for the Yankees. And we do have an injury report regarding Caminero, and he has been injured after being hit by a page. And Rice will take strike one. An RBI single in the first for Ben Rice. And they'll take strike two on a sweeper from O'Brien. This is swung on and missed, and that will close out the side for the National League. Coming up next, we will see what the National League does on offense when we come back. All right, everybody, we're back here. New pitcher in the game for the American League. It is Michael Wacha. Michael Wacha. 5-7 record this season. 3.77 ERA. 96 strikeouts so far this season. Wacha, 119 and a thirds inning pitch with 119 whip on the season. Here we go. This one is popped up and fouled out of play. I didn't reset this either. This one goes right down below for a ball. So 1-1 count now. This one goes inside for strike one. On a cutter that time. Or strike two, actually. Michael Wacha played with the Royals, but he's played on many teams. Was a part of the World Series team of the St. Louis Cardinals back in 2013, his first season. Played about 7 seasons with them. Went to the Mets in 2020, then with the Rays. This one goes down below. 3-2 count now. Then with the Rays in 21. Then went to Boston. Played for the Red Sox for a season. Then with the San Diego Padres for a season in 23. And then with the Royals. This one is a changeup and swung on and missed. A nasty changeup there. Gets him swinging for the strikeout. That was Andy Pages. Wacha. And now it's the number 9 hitter now. It is Drake Baldwin. 254 batting average on the season. Here's the pitch. And that one's a curveball. He'll take strike one. Wines and deals, here's the pitch. This one's popped up. And that will go fouled out of play. 0-2 now. Wines and deals, here's the pitch. That one will go in there for strike 3. No call for ABS. But however, now will be the top of the order with Kyle Schwarber. The home run leader in the MLB this season. 32 home runs. The 5th player with 30 or more home runs before the All-Star break. Started off with Washington with the World Series win in 2019 with them. Then was with the Red Sox, traded mid-season in 21. And then went back into the NL East with their rival, the Philadelphia Phillies, in 22. And he's been there ever since. It's an 0-1 count here for Kyle Schwarber. Wines and deals, here's the pitch. And this one will go down below, and this is a 1-1 count now. 4-time All-Star, 2-time NL home run leader, World Series champion back in 2016. Actually, he was part of the Cubs team. I knew he was a World Series champion. A 1-2 pitch. This one goes outside and it will be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. This one's chopped and fouled on a changeup, 82 that time, way below the zone. Schwarber is tied with the second most home runs since 2022. Actually second. Aaron Judge is above him with 8 more. Here is the swing, and that one will go fouled off. Here's the 2-2. This one's chopped and fouled. This one is a grounder right to Clement. He grounds it, scoops it up to Rice, and he makes the play. So 4-3 play to end the inning for the National League, and they're still trailing by 3 runs to the American League, and the top of the 4th will be coming up next. All right, everybody, welcome back into the game. Jesus Luzardo now pitching for the National League from the Philadelphia Phillies. And definitely a rain down from the Philly fans from him. Made his debut back in 2019. He previously played with the Marlins and the Athletics. Was a part of the Phillies in 20 joined the Phillies in 25. And they'll take strike one. He has an 8-4 record, 3.51 ERA, 110 in the third innings pitch, and 136 strikeouts on the year. This one's down below again. This is swung on and missed for Riley Green, and now it's the first strikeout for Luzardo. Now it is Ernie Clement. This one's a ground ball right to Muncy. Scoops it up to Freeman. Dodger on Dodger play there to stop, to get the second out of the inning for the American League. Now it's the top of the order, 8-9-1. Now it's Mike Trout. A strikeout and a ground out on the game today for Mike Trout. the leadoff hitter for the American League. Been on a good start so far for Mike Trout. This is a ground ball right back to Muncy, and Dodger on Dodger again, back-to-back plays to end the inning. So a quick inning for the American League. And the National League looking for their first hit of the game coming up next. Alright, everybody, welcome back. Hey! It's my dog now. Joe Ryan now into the game for the... Hey! Joe Ryan into the game now. 6-5 record, 2.85 ERA, 128 strikeouts, 105 whip. 105 whip. As he'll face Juan Soto. Winds and deals, here's the pitch. And that one will be a four-seamer. Take strike one. Hey! Ball one, actually. Ball two again. So tired. Hey! This one's chopped and fouled out of play. 2-1 count. Well, actually. Here's the pitch. This one's a grounder up the middle and a base hit. So Juan Soto breaks the ice on the hitting there, and now entering the game. Gonna be once for one. Kind of breaks the ice on it. So a little bit defensive changes now. Cedon Rafaela in center. Wilson Contreras in at first, And now it's Freddie Freeman, the first baseman, into the game for the National League to bat now. Joe Ryan, that was his fifth pitch there. Freeman's first appearance was a walk. 862 OPS on the season for Freddie Freeman. Here's the pitch. Now it's swung on and missed. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. This one's popped out of play here. And it still remains 0-2. And takes it down below for ball one. A 1-2 count now for Freddie Freeman. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a knuckle curve that time by Ryan, and that will be the first out of the game for the National League. First out of the inning for the National League. The first strikeout there for Joe Ryan as it brings up C.J. Abrams 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first inning. Winds and deals the pitch. Swung on and missed. Went for the fences that time. And he'll take strike one. The pitch. Outside again. Ryan's pitch swung on and missed. And it'll be 1-2 now. Winds the deals to 1-2. Swung on and missed. And that's a second strikeout there for Joe Ryan on 13 pitches as it brings up. Now it brings up Max Muncy, the third baseman. Popped out in the second inning. And tries to throw it over to first, and Contreras moves back quickly on Juan Soto. Here's Muncy. Takes it in there for strike one. Ryan delivers. Swung on and missed upstairs that time. 95 on the fastball. And it's 0-2. Near the pitch. This is popped up into the shallow infield. And it looks like Witt will be underneath it with Rafaela on chase. And he makes the grab. And the inning is over for the National League. So the top of the fifth coming up next in the MLB All-Star Game. All right, per Ken Rosenthal, regarding Junior Caminero, right now, he just said X-rays came back negative for the race slugger. So that's good news that X-rays are negative in that situation right now. So, while we were on break, they just did a celebrating America thing, and that what just gave me chills. It was Ray Charles, and it was just a lot of fireworks. I have never seen fireworks so like they were beautiful. Overall, beautiful rendition of that, and now it's all smoky because of the pyrotechnics that were set off. Oh, actually, now new pitcher and Foster Griffin is in the game. 10-2 record, 277 ERA, 109 strikeouts, and a whip of 102 so far. Yandy Diaz, the pinch hitter, now for the American League. Pinch hitting. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. And that one will go in there for strike 2. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Caught him swinging that time outside the zone. And it's one gone here on the top half of the 5th inning. But what I was about to say was just the Sandlot scene. Now it's Dingler now to bat for Dylan Dingler, who's the catcher, 262 batting average, 19 home runs on the year. Winds and deals the pitch. This one's chopped fouled, and it's 0-2. So a lot of changes offensively and defensively. We have a new first baseman, Contreras, into the game. New center fielder into the game for the AL. This is where we see most of the changes now. Olsen's at first for the National League. Stewart's at third, and Carroll's in left. Sal Stewart in third. Matt Olson, a great contact hitter as well. Was in the home run derby last year. Though it's the 2-2. And it's cut on and missed. And that's the second strikeout. Matt Vargas into the game now for Junior Caminero. You could tell by the pitch type he's throwing. He threw a forkball there that time. This one's cut up into the left center field, and it's going to be caught there on the warning track by Andy Pajes. It was right center correction, but however, great way to track it down, and ends the inning for the American League on that side. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new pitcher for the American League. Now pitching is Nick Martinez. No, Nick Martinez. 8-2 record, 2.65 ERA, 62 strikeouts, a WHIP of 112. Part of the Texas Rangers. Started off with the Rangers, then played overseas in China for a bit through 2018 and then 2021. Signed with the Padres in 22, 2 seasons with the Padres, 2 seasons with the Reds, and then to Tampa Bay he went. First time All-Star for him, making his All-Star appearance. Very solid pitcher overall for the American League.
Guys, to the Savage Boston podcast.
All right, we're back here. The first pitch. Now it's Ozzie Albies. 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second inning. Winds and deals the pitch. This one's upstairs, and it's 1-0. Winds and deals the pitch. Swung on and missed on a change up that time. This one's a grounder right to Contreras. He'll just walk it himself for the out. The first out there for them. He's a 6-pitch arsenal. Sinker, changeup, cutter, 4-seam, curveball, and slider. Here's the pitch. And that was a 4-seamer, swung on and missed that time for Marsh. Strikeout in the second inning for Brandon Marsh. Averages a 301 for the Phillies. Here's the pitch. This one's upstairs that time. 1-1. Pitch upstairs again. 2-1. Actually 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Ooh, and that was a messy change up there. Bounced into the dirt. And it's a 2-2. This one's upstairs again, and it's 3-2. Full count here for Brandon Marsh. Hoping to get on base. He'll be the third base runner for the National League today. Bottom half of the fifth inning. Here's the pitch. This is fouled off, and the count will stay the same at a 3-2 count with Martinez 10th pitch incoming. Andy Pages up on deck here. Finds and deals a pitch. Swung on and missed. That was outside the zone, but caught him chasing that time. And it's 2 gone. So 9 strikeouts and 15 at-bats tonight for the NL. The bullpen is working today for the American League. Andy Pages up to bat now. Oh for 1 today. And he'll take a curveball down below. 0 for 1 with the strikeout in the third. 270 batting average, 17 home runs, 807 OPS on the year. Martinez's pitch. This is a grounder right up the middle, scooped up by Clement. Throws it over to Forrest in time for the out. Clement to Contreras. And what a phenomenal play just to scoop it up. And that was going to be a pass ball right off the fingertips there. But what a way and what a great effort there by Ernie Clement to make the out. The American Leaguers, the American Leaguer East closes out the inning. From Martinez to Clement to Contreras. Top of the 6th coming up next.
Boys to men.
Alright, everybody, they came back and did a tribute to Stand Up to Cancer, and we just did that the other day at my call in Bourne. We just did that the other day. Stand Up to Cancer. Since it's All-Star Week, we had a Stand Up to Cancer night, and we had a sign that said, "I stand up for." So, honestly, I have the sign here tonight, and I honor my grandfather each and every day. I lost my before I go on to the story, is that I lost my grandfather to metastatic pancreatic cancer that he battled 27 months long with. The doctor diagnosed him and said you had at least 9 months to live, and they said that he had 9 months to live and he got surgery to remove the tumor, and once he got that tumor removed, he still continued his fight with cancer. He succumbed to cancer and ended his battle on April 10th, 2022. Each and every day I honor him. Every broadcast I honor him in my memory, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Is what I'm trying to tell you all. Alright, we're back here, however, in the top of the 6th inning. Raciel Iglesias is the new pitcher on the mound for the National League. Only no runs, however, scored by either team since the American League started off hot, and then all of a sudden it went a little bit downhill for them. Raciel Iglesias into the game now. Has 19 of 20 saves, 2.23 ERA so far this season. And now it is Kevin McCongill. McCongill has a .283 batting average, 8 home runs, 34 RBIs, 99 hits. However, and he'll take 1-1. There's a grounder right to the second baseman, flips it over to Olsen, makes the play, and there's one gone. And now it's Cody Bellinger, the right fielder, to bat now. And he'll take ball 1. Bellinger 1 for 2 with a 2-run single in the first inning. This one's a high fly ball deep into left center field. Back at the warning track. Corbin Carroll makes the grab. And there's 2 gone. And now PCA is in center, Lopez in short, and Arias at second. Wood will be in right field. And now Wilson Contreras to bat now. .285 batting average, 20 home runs, 61 RBIs, and 921 OPS. Takes a slider for strike 1. Contreras hit a 490-foot home run last night. Was the number 1 seed in the home run derby, and then got eliminated in the second round by Kyle Schwarber. It's a 1-1 count here for Wilson Contreras. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a changeup there, and it's 1-2. Chapman looking along. Could see an appearance from Aroldis Chapman tonight. This one is a four-seamer outside, and it'll be 2-2. Contreras, a very good eye, however, on the ball. Makes very good solid contact. In the year he had last year compared to this year, huge turnaround for Wilson Contreras. 14-2 record since June 25th. This one's a ground ball and a base hit for Contreras. And Contreras will stay at first. And it'll be a 2-out single for Wilson Contreras. And now it brings up Randy Arozarena from the Seattle Mariners. The 11th pitch here for Iglesias, and that one will be a strike. Randy Arozarena, 286 batting average, 11 home runs, 45 RBIs, 838 OPS, second straight All-Star selection for Arozarena. This one goes below the dirt that time around, and it'll be ball one. American League had a huge lead into the All-Star break. 11 years in a row they won the MLB All-Star game. Then the NL took over in 2023, and it's been like vice versa every other year since 2022. 24 was the American League with Jarren Duran winning MVP. This is a hard ground ball right to the shortstop, swings it over to second, and makes the play. Arias makes the play. As it is a... Bring the bottom of the 6th inning now. Alright, everybody, we're back here. Cade Smith, now the new pitcher on the mound, has a 2.84 ERA in 42 games played, 44 and a third innings pitched. Only allowed 38 hits, however, with a whip of 111 so far this season. Here's the pitch. This one's popped up and fouled out of play. Now it's William Contreras, the other Contreras brother. One Contreras to another. William Contreras, another great player as well. 282 batting average, 9 home runs, 97 hits. Most from catchers. Contreras deals popped up into the shallow right field. It looks like Peters will make the grab and he'll be one gone. And now here is Bryce Harper. And bring Sally up, bring Sally down, all right? Bryce Harper, the leadoff hitter in this. And the leadoff hitter here. Winds and deals, here's the pitch. And 99 outside that time. The 1-0. Swung on and missed on a four-seamer. 98. Throwing heat on that one. Schwarber recording Harper here. Here's the pitch. Way down below the zone that time, and it's 2-1. Schwarber even said yesterday he hoped that both of them were in it. He wishes that they were both in it. And he'll take a strike there, and Bryce Harper will challenge. And he knew when he did that ABS challenge, it might... Yep, it hit inside. So the National League will lose their challenge. Swung on and missed. And that'll be a strikeout there. The American League is cooking on the strikeouts there. Cade Smith has 63 strikeouts in this season. And now it is Corbin Carroll. And he'll take a sweeper inside for strike one. Here's the pitch. Carroll swings and fouled off. 252, 13 home runs, 45 RBIs, and 10 triples. Leads the MLB in triples. Here's the pitch to Carroll. Down low that time on a sweeper, and it's 1-2. Smith delivers. Swung on and missed. 99 on that one. And that'll end the inning. So another inning scoreless for either side as we go to the top of the seventh coming up next. All right, new pitcher into the game here on the top of the seventh inning. It is Justin Robleski. Justin Robleski, 10-2 record with the Dodgers this season. 2.69 ERA, 73 strikeouts, a WHIP of 102. You remember him as he let benches clear in Game 7 last year in the World Series. And now it is Travis Bazzana to bat now for the American League from the Cleveland Guardians, the number 1 overall pick back in 2024. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed there for Bazzana. Batting .238. Fourth in the NL in WHIP. Here's the pitch. Outside that time, and it's 97 on a fastball. 7 home runs, 28 RBIs. One of the biggest stars in baseball, rising stars in the next few years. The 1-2 count now as he'll take strike 2 looking. The righty delivers. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses, and I'll be the first strikeout. Actually, the lefty, actually. And now to bat, Now to bat is Cedar Rafaela leading off the top of the order. Rafaela takes upstairs, strike 1. Cedar Rafaela, 281, 8 home runs, 39 RBIs, 22 doubles. Third in the AL in doubles this season. Here's the pitch. That will go inside again for strike 2. Rafaela, a Curacao native, joined the Red Sox in 2024. Been a really great star and swung on and missed, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night there for Justin Robleski. And Yandy Diaz to bat, and he'll take strike 1. And this is Justin Robleski's 26th birthday as well, so happy birthday to Robleski. Upstairs that time, and it's 1-1. Yeah, 26. And the big 2K. Swung on and missed there, and it's 1-2. 2 outs here for Yandy Diaz. And Robleski will deal. This is popped up and fouled out of play to the right side. Count stays the same at 1-2. Winds and deals. There's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that will end the inning as Robleski ends the side, retires the side, and we have reached the 7th inning stretch. It's stretch time at Citizens Bank Park. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have a new pitcher for the American League. It'll be Drew Rasmussen, the 7-5 record, 3.26 ERA, 98 strikeouts, and a whip of a sub-1 whip here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. A .95 whip. And he deals with Matt Olson, who is one of the biggest contact hitters in the sport right now. Makes very good contact. Here's the pitch upstairs that time. And it's 2-0. The pitch. This is swung on and fouled. Two-one count here. The 2-1 swung on and missed there on a cutter. Cut on and missed. The pitch popped up and fouled up to the net there. Count still stays the same. This one's a high fly ball deep into shallow center, and he makes the grab. Rosarena from left field. They had Rafaela in the area, and there's one gone. Gets out Olson off quickly there. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed that time on a cutter. Otto Lopez into the game, batting .334. Leads the MLB in batting average. Swung on and missed there, 0-2. A 1-2 count here. Here's the pitch. And that one's fouled off. Got that one looking that time. Actually, it's ball. So tired, man. I was tired in the third inning, and I was like, I'm going to power through this. Lopez swings, and that one's fouled. Rasmussen. I wish I could hear this interview, but like, it's Dave Roberts again and John Schneider interviewing. The 2-2 swung on and missed there from Otto Lopez, and that will be the second strikeout there for Lopez. Now it's Sal Stewart to bat now, the third baseman for the Cincinnati Reds. Batting .256 this year on a cutter, 90 that time, down below to the knees. So pretty much all the starters for the NL have been taken out. Now Goodman is the only And so is the American League. All the and Stewart will take ball 3. So a 3-0 count here for Sal Stewart. Very good eye and a very decent player. Takes it right down the middle for strike 1. This season he's batting .256 with an OPS of .812. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And 19 home runs, 93 on 93 hits. The 3-2 pitch here for Sal Stewart. And that's ball 4. So Stewart will walk and we'll have our first base runner for a few innings. As Rasmussen has 18 pitches. And John Schneider will go out for a mound visit. I think, yeah, they're going to pull him here. We have Jacob Latz. Who will be the new pitcher. Working on a 2-out count. 2-1 record, a 161 ERA so far this season with 44 and 2/3 innings pitched. Only 19 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned runs, 9 walks on them. With 46 strikeouts. Whip of a sub 1 whip of .67. 6-7. No, I'm just kidding. It's my cousin. Yeah, funny fact, what's my percentage on my phone? 67. Here's the pitch. Strike. And Schneider pulled him out, and a little bit of motivation between Rasmussen and Schneider, like even had like a high five and a dab up and a hug as well. Latz is in the game with a one working on a 1-1 count now. One count with 2 outs. Swung on and missed a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And it is 1-2 for Luis Urias. Batting .330 this year for the Giants. Ooh, that was a good hit off of it. A changeup that time. 4 home runs, 35 RBIs, 829 OPS. The 4th All-Star selection with 4th different team for Luis Urias. Ball 2 there.
I'm Zach, and it's time to play ball.
Some people call this pitch.
Pitch swung on and missed, chased that time around, and that will end the 7th inning of play. Only one man left on base as we enter the 8th inning. So if Aroldis Chapman comes in today, I have a video played of his walk-up song, and I will play it if he gets into the game. Thank you, King Kyle. Salute you, man. Can't wait for the Celebrity All-Star game, man. This week I will announce the primetime games. I have it scheduled. I will announce it this week, however. Justin Robleski is still on the mound for the National League. I think he just wants to get him in out and then put in the other guy in. Kyle's a White Sox fan. I forgot the White Sox were in the American League. I thought the White Sox were in the National League. I forgot they were in the American League. I thought they were in National. Here's the pitch here for Robleski, and he'll take strike 1 on Adley Rutschman. Batting .253 this year as a catcher. Another slider goes outside, and it will be a 1-1 pitch. 1-1 count. PCA. The pitch here. This one's fouled off on a 4-seamer. And 1-2. The pitch. This one's chopped up and scooped up there by Lopez. We'll fling it over to first and make the play to Olsen. And there's one gone. PCA is just that one athlete that's gonna... He already is a young generational talent in the MLB, and people are really on him. Here's the pitch from Miguel Vargas. He'll take ball 1 on Robleski. They're going to keep Robleski in here. And it's ball 2. Oh, and this is a high fly ball deep into left field. Back it goes, and this ball is going to the second deck. A home run for the American League. The first home run since the first inning for the American League, and it's 433. 107 off the bat, and it's 4-0 American League. There we go, Kyle. There you go. Probably heard me saying I forgot that the Sox were in the American League. Though I would like to see Chapman. No save situation, but why? I mean, this is not a save situation now, but I'd want to see Chapman in. McCongo. 0-2, works on an 0-2 count now. Winds the deals. Here's the pitch. This is dropped and fouled. And it's a 1-2. 1-2 count now. A 1-2 count here for McCongo on Justin Robleski. Winds the deals. Here's the pitch. This one's popped up and fouled to the left side. And it still remains 1-2 with no one on base. Check swing that time, and it was upstairs. 2-2. The pitch swung on and missed. And that will be a drop third strike. Flings it over to first, and we'll get the out confirmed. And there's 2 gone. It's not a save situation for the AL now. It's 4-0. But would you put Aroldis Chapman in the 9th? Probably doesn't have a lot of years left on him, too. He's 38. And who knows where his next destination is if he gets traded by the Red Sox. Which I hope he doesn't get traded at this point of the season where the Red Sox are on a 10-game winning streak and have had the best record in the MLB since June 25th. I was at the game where they turned it around. I was at the June 25th game against the Yankees. And they called third strike here. And Peters is going to challenge this. I think Peters is right. And he got him. Barely, though. I'll say that, for example. Barely got him for that. Vargas getting a homer. And it's 4-0. Alright, everybody, we're back here. Luis Varlin, the setup guy, up in the bottom of the 8th inning as the American League, looking for a shutout, has a 36% strikeout rate, leads all AL in that strikeout rate. Takes ball one in that pitch as he faces James Woods with a 279 average, 894 OPS. Here's the pitch here, right down the middle for strike one. A 1-1 count now for James Wood. Pitch here, and this one's fouled off. 1-2. Indicating a fastball here. Knuckle curve that time. And he'll take ball two. Hunter Goodman's the new catcher in the game. Maybe Adley Rutschman. New catcher in the game. Takes it in there for strike three. Got him looking that time. And that's the first out of the ball game of the 8th inning on the NL side. PCA up to bat now. 291 batting average this season for Pete Crow Armstrong. indicating a knuckle curve here for Varland. There's a ground ball up the middle and a base hit on the right center side. Rafaela scoops it up and it will be a hit here for PCA. First knock in a while for the NL. It was actually, I think, the second hit of the game. So it was only Soto and Pete Crow Armstrong. Now it brings up Hunter Goodman. There's a line drive and a snag there by the shortstop, who makes the grab. Wet eye there to Kevin McCongle. And now it's Ivan Herrera from the St. Louis Cardinals, .249 batting average. Leads the MLB in hit by pitches, 11 home runs so far on the year. Ivan Herrera. The ninth pitch here for Varland. Gonna go fastball here. Here's the pitch. This one's outside. On a 1-0 count here for Herrera. Varland deals. And this is a grounder right to the third baseman. Flips it over to second to make the force out at second to Bazana. And that will end the inning. The top of the ninth inning. Coming up next for the American League. Alright, everybody, we're back here. A new pitcher on the mound, the closer for the San Diego Padres, Mason Miller, up to pitch now for the National League. in the top of the ninth. And Miller faces off against Murakami, and he goes triple digits on that one. 25 of 25 saves, sub 1 ERA on the year. Murakami deals swings and misses 102 on Miller on a fastball inside. Munetaka Murakami leads MLB rookies in OPS, the Rookie of the Year candidate for sure. This is a fastball upstairs for Mason Miller. It's a 1-2 count now. Swung on and missed for Murakami, and that's the first strikeout. And now it is Randy Arozarena back at it, and they just wanted to do one pitch here for Mason Miller as Dave Roberts, the skipper, goes out to the pen. Ooh, and it's going to be Juan Duran. Let's read his stats real quick. This season, 138 ERA, 24 saves on the year, 32 2/3 innings pitched, a whip of under 1, a sub 1 whip, .92, 50 strikeouts, 6 walks. Guy said 24 saves on the year for Juan Duran. They had to do it in front of Philly. But could we see Aroldis Chapman coming into the ninth is what my question is. Is like, they're saying that Aroldis Chapman is warming up for the ninth inning. So we could get a quick little hype video of Aroldis Chapman before he goes. So Juan Duran's in the game here in the ninth. Top of the ninth now. Now it's Arozarena. On deck it is Travis Bazzana after him, and then Cedar Rafael at the top of the order. This one's popped and fouled, 100 off of that one, and that's strike one. 24 out of 25 saves for him. 13.8 strikeouts in the ninth rate. This is a ground ball up the middle for a base hit, and Arozarena will go to first. Randy Arozarena. Will be a man on first as it brings up Travis Bazzana for the American League. Here's the pitch. This one's a grounder up the to the second baseman, flips it over for one, only gets a force out at second base. And that'll be the second out of the game. But however, we have the top of the order where Cedar Rafaela is. So average fastball, 101 for Mason Miller, where Juan Duran was 102. Aroldis Chapman warming up in the pen for the Red Sox, for the American League. He'll probably be up next with Rafaela up to deck. This is a ground ball up to the second baseman, flips it over to first, and gets the play done. And folks, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Cuban Missile to come into the game in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Todo aquel que piense que la vida es desigual tiene que saber que no es así, que la vida es una hermosura, hay que vivirla. Todo aquel que piense que está solo y que está mal tiene que saber que no es así, que en la vida no hay nadie solo, siempre hay alguien. Ay, no hay que llorar, la vida es un carnaval, es más bello vivir cantando. Oh, ay, no hay que llorar, la vida es un carnaval y las penas se van cantando. Oh, ay, no hay que llorar, la vida es un carnaval y es más bello vivir cantando. Oh, ay, no hay que llorar, la vida es un carnaval y las penas se van cantando.
And so it is, Aroldis Chapman in the ninth inning here to close this MLB All-Star game off. One of the biggest relievers and closers in the major leagues right now, and he's always been that way. And Aroldis Chapman will enter the game to close this one out. It's not a safe situation, but it's the All-Star game and they want him in. Aroldis Chapman, 19 of 21 saves, 2.20 ERA, 28 and 2/3 innings pitched, and 36 strikeouts with 12 walks on the game. Chapman faces off against Jordan Walker, the home run derby champion. Swings and misses on a splitter, 88 that time. 74 RBIs, and he leads the MLB in RBIs this season. Chapman was part of the Reds' two-time World Series champions, both once with the Cubs and the other one with the Texas Rangers back in 2023. One of his down years in 23 for sure. Here's the pitch for Chapman. And that one's a sinker down below, and it will be a 2-1 count. Coming up next, we'll have the post-game show. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a four-seamer. Goes right past Walker there. And it will be a 2-2 count for Aroldis Chapman. has the most strikeouts from a closing pitcher in MLB history. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And the stare down is down. And that's the first strikeout and gets the home run derby champion out. And there's one away here in the MLB All-Star game. 2 outs left in the MLB All-Star game. As now it brings up Matt Olson, who's a really good contact hitter, the first baseman from the Atlanta Braves. This is a high fly ball deep into shallow center, makes the grab, Macogno. And that'll be 2 gone. As fans in Philadelphia are clearing out. And John Schneider is calling it quits for Aroldis Chapman, as we have a new pitcher in the game. I agree. You don't want to get the star pitcher, the star closing pitcher, injured in this situation. In a situation like that, he throws heaters. And he wasn't going hard that time, so. Brian Baker will be the new pitcher for the American League. This season he has 25 saves with a 1.73 ERA, a .83 WHIP, 36 and a third innings pitched with 38 games. 38 appearances, 38 games. Only allowed 2 home runs this season. Best thing about the All-Star game, it doesn't really affect your ERA if you're the pitcher. Like Christopher Sanchez, he would have had an ERA. If the game was, this game really mattered, he had a 2.62 coming into today. He probably would have finished the game with at least, he would have finished the game with around a 3 ERA. If my math is correct. My math is correct there. He would have had an ERA around 3. 3, maybe even lower than 3. A little bit. Brian Baker has been taken over now. Chapman only played 67 games last year with the Red Sox. 68 the year prior. 31 with the Royals in 23, and then 30 with the Rangers. Most people remember him when he was on the Yankees. From 2016, and he got traded midseason, then went to the Yankees for 6 consecutive seasons. And this one's upstairs for strike 1. Brian Baker, 25 of 28 saves. Second in the AL in saves. Faces off against Otto Lopez, the shortstop. This one's a line drive and a base hit to right. Peter scoops it up, and we have a man aboard for the NL. It's a 2-out single for Otto Lopez. On the second pitch for Baker, he allows a hit. And now Sal Stewart will take over. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for strike 1. And swung on and missed again. That will be strike 2. The NL down to their last strike here. Sal Stewart trying to break the ice. Only had a walk so far in this All-Star game. Winds and deals. Here's the pitch. This is a chopper right to Baker. Baker will scoop it up, make the play at first, and the ball game is over. The AL shuts out the NL in the MLB All-Star game. It's the first shutout since 2013. The AL has won that game 3-0 in that series win. Cody Bellinger might be the player of the game. Had the two-run walk. Had that two-runner. We'll have the post-game show coming up next. Right after this, the final score is 4-0. The American League takes a victory over the National League here and the MLB All-Star Game. It might even go to Vargas, I feel like, because he had that homer.
This is the Ben Smith Sports Center postgame show. Now back to your host, Ben Smith.
Alright everybody, we're back here in the Ben Smith broadcasting postgame show. The final score once again, the American League 4 and the National League is nothing. The first shutout in the MLB All-Star Game since 2013. And yes, I know it's crazy to say that the American League dominated from the start to finish. And I said each year it's been vice versa between the two teams since 2022. So probably next year we'll see if the National League can top the American League. However, all eyes are on who will be the MVP. I think it's going to be Miguel Vargas, between Miguel Vargas or Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger had that 2-run single in the first inning, but Miguel Vargas only had the lone home run of the game today. The final score once again, 4-0 the National League. Joining with you all at 11:21 at night. Yes, it is 11:21. I couldn't believe it, how late this game ended, but as we currently still wait along here. Damn. Alright. I do think, pitching-wise, the winner today definitely goes to Dylan Cease. 3 strikeouts, struck out the side. All the innings were, every pitcher pitched at least 1 inning for the AL. Besides that, I feel like every inning, the NL pitched, there was a pitcher that pitched every inning besides the NL. They had 6 innings through like 6 different pitchers, and then Wroblewski only pitched 2 innings straight, allowed a home run, and then had Mason Miller only got 1 out. They took him out of the game, put Juan Duran in front of the hometown. However, this box score is crazy. So the MLB All-Star Game MVP is about to be announced here, as it will be given to Cody Bellinger from the New York Yankees. And I figured it was going to be one of the two, Vargas or Bellinger. Bellinger had the 2-run single, and he will get the crystal bat. The Ted Williams All-Star Game MVP will go to him. It only goes to the winning. It goes to only the winning team only. It's not the NFL, whatever. Well, not NHL. NHL. They give the Conn Smythe to, like, a player who was productive. It happened in 24 with Connor McDavid. So, yep, Cody Bellinger wins the All-Star Game MVP for the AL. Second straight from an American League East player. Had the 2-run single, and that was the only thing she wrote for him tonight. Alright, one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all really enjoyed. We're going to be wrapping it up here on Ben Smith Sports Center.
This is the Ben Smith Sports Center postgame.
So let's go. Alright. Thank you all for watching today's broadcast here on Ben Swift Broadcasting. The final score, once again, the American League 4-0. We're going to be dropping the schedule for the NFL primetime schedules, including the Patriots. And along with that, we have the NFL primetime schedules coming out soon. So be on the lookout for that in the next couple of days, maybe even the next week or so. So, yeah, thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great week, and we will see you all soon. Peace out.